if you're adopting a new puppy, this is one of the most valuable things that you can do for the health and well-being of your dog throughout the course of their life. And it's probably not what you think. I want you, if you are adopting a new puppy, if at all possible, to find and follow and engage with your dog's siblings. And not just siblings, we're looking at parents too, and we are looking at other puppies from other litters from those same parents. But why? It is fun to see how their siblings are growing up, but there's actually a purpose to this. Because just like with humans, staying in contact with your family, when something comes up health-wise, you are then able to notify each other. So in your family, if you have a health issue or concern pop up, and you know that your cousin went through this, or your mom went through this, or your sister's going through this, you can then take preventative measures for yourself or care for yourself if that's something that's passed on genetically or through that family line. You know from the people around you how that could potentially impact you. And knowing your dog's siblings allows you to pay attention when something's coming up with them. So staying in contact with them, knowing who they are, forming some sort of Instagram chat with them is going to be incredibly valuable. Let me take you back to my first two puppies when I was an adult. I had Jada and my mom had Lacey and my aunt had their sister Jessie. So there were 3 dogs from the same parents, 2 different litters. And we knew when one dog started getting some bumps and lumps on her, that the other dog might start seeing some of those things as well. And we did see a lot of those genetic issue crossovers because it popped up with one dog, so we could start taking preventative measures for another dog. We could actively be watching for those things, and we knew then how to handle those things. So now that I have Gemma and Lucy, I actively look for their siblings, I actively look for their parents, and I actively look for siblings from other litters so that we can be mindful for each other. It's so much fun to watch their siblings grow up, to see how they look similar, how they behave similarly, if they have the same fear points or the same things that they're excited about. It's really fun to have that crossover. And it's really nice to have that community, to have that kind of family when it comes to watching those puppies. But it also really, really helps for the medical side of things and for the tendency side of things. It's not necessarily just if this dog gets something, my dog might get it as well. It very well could be, well, this dog loves water, is really good at dock diving. Maybe my dog will also have that tendency as well. Maybe they'll also really like scent work. Maybe they'll also really like X, Y, and Z. So knowing what the siblings are doing, what the parents are doing, what siblings from other litters are doing is really, really helpful. I actually am friends with the people who have one of Lucy's sisters, and we chat every so often. We share pictures back and forth. We kind of tell stories. I know what her sibling really likes. I know about this sibling dog, and that's really, really beneficial to me, but I can also then communicate with them what's going on with Lucy, especially if something medical pops up or some kind of like or tendency is popping up. That's going to be really helpful to us. So finding those siblings, finding those parents, if at all possible, really helpful. Now, not everybody's going to have access to this. Some people will adopt from a shelter and they just won't know anything. The dog might have been dumped or they might just not have the paperwork. But if you have the paperwork, you can check back and see what you can find there. You can also actively look inside of Facebook groups or social media. If you go to a Facebook group and say, hey, listen, my dog was born from these parents on this day. Do I have litter mates or do I have other siblings? You might just find some. You can go on TikTok and find such a community there. But because TikTok is really good at what TikTok does, you very well may be able to find them helping you to find those siblings so that you can connect with them. And then I recommend having some sort of text group or some sort of Instagram chat going on so that you can stay in touch. And if they have their own social medias, by all means, follow them. You could even do some crossover content. There's some really fun things that you can be doing in collaboration with your parents or with your dog's siblings. And the nice thing is some people actually do like sibling reunions or litter reunions, and you can go meet up with these people in special locations and do fun events, whether or not you are close to them or not. You might have like a little dog vacation so they can meet back up with their siblings. So there's so many benefits to making sure you are finding your dog's siblings, their parents, and any other siblings from other litters to make sure you are growing what you're doing for your dog. Follow along for more dog tips to help you navigate the world of being a dog parent, from documenting your dogs through photos and videos to traveling with your dogs to the tools and resources you need to make this your dog's best life possible. We'll see you in the upcoming episodes.